Yay. A lot of people concentrate only at the blow up at the end of the solo, forgetting the big picture and many other important aspects of the whole round, just to blow up at the end. Today you're gonna find out why an ill go down is the icing of the cake of your solo. Let's do this. Welcome to the Knowledge Drop. This is Focus of the Flow Mode Crew, Cypher Studio, and BBOY.Dojo.com. Helsinki, Finland representing. I've judged a lot of battles in my life, and I see a lot of people doing the same I wouldn't say mistakes, but approach solo in a very close-minded way. A lot of people only think about the blow up at the end. They think about the big moves that's about to come, while at the same time they forget the whole other solo, the entrance, the way they start their tops, the go down, which is super important, their footwork, their flow rock, back rocks, transitions, maybe even the power before the actual blow up or the freeze at the end. So today we'll take a look at this topic and see from a perspective how an ill go down can be the secret ingredient in making your solo complete to as close to perfect as possible. But first we need to define what is a go down. A go down or a drop is the way that you shift your level from the top level to the ground level. The way that you drop from your top rocks to whatever is about to happen next. You got your intro of the solo, which is the top rock, and the way that you dropped on the ground level is regarded as the go down or drop. The most popular drop is what we call the tripod, when you open up your legs and one arm goes to the ground. Like a tripod on a camera, you got 3 points that's touching the ground, and that's where you start your solo. Now the tripod has great qualities. You get a lot of momentum into it. You don't have to think what's happening. Just go with the flow and smash your power right after your tops. Yet, if you see it too many times, it gets boring as hell. While judging competitions, you have to see a lot of rounds during the same night. And often you see a lot of rounds by the same person as well. And you might see that, okay, he does the same go down or she does the same go down the whole night, repeating it over and over again. And the problem is that the rest of the content can be creative and dope and original, but at the same time, if you repeat the same go down every single round, that means that you get no respect for the beautiful stuff that comes afterwards either. A real master doesn't repeat, not even the small parts of the solo during the same night. If you approach your solo from a storyteller's perspective, then the go down is a crucial part of the whole story of your round. It's when you drop from your tops, that's when you transition from your tops to your footwork or whatever is happening next. And that's when the story starts to build up and make sense. The go down is Frodo leaving the Shire to his adventures. And if it's not there, if that part is not there, the rest of the action scenes might look dope, but it makes no sense. But if the plot of Frodo leaving the Shire, going to his adventures is creative, interesting, surprising, and beautiful, that's when the build-up starts to work and the energy stacks up all the way until the end of the round. Once you hit your blow-up or whatever it is, that's when you reach the climax and everything works and makes sense. Learning to apply a build-up in your round makes everything work better at the end. Whatever you were about to do works so much more effectively on the people who's watching. So that's why you should spend time creating ill go-downs and be creative and add character to your go-downs as well, to add a build-up to your whole solo, to have the full package and make it complete. One of my all-time favorite go-downs is the elevator drop by B-Boy Amjad. Shout out to $7 Crew Switzerland. With the elevator drop, Amjad rocks his tops mad funky, pushes the button, shows how the doors open up, he steps inside, and that's when he drops. The elevator takes him down to his footwork, and that's when everybody kind of giggles on the side. But soon, you realize Amjad is all the way back in his halos and hits his freeze, and that surprises everybody. Once the go down is still in the mind and has the attention. So study your footage from the past, from ciphers or competitions. Is your go down sloppy? Does the energy disappear once you go from your tops to your ground level? Or could you still work a little bit more on your go downs to add an element surprise and a little character into your rounds? Don't only think about the blow ups that's about to come next, but think about the big picture. Here's a couple of concepts to help you out to add an element of surprise into your drops in order to make them complete. First of all, ditch the tripod. We've all seen it a million times. So if you're gonna do it, then at least add something to it. Flip the way you use your arms, use your legs, the directions you're gonna continue towards from your tripod. Make it interesting. Secondly, trick the watcher. What I mean by that is think of the attention, think of what people expect from you and do exactly the opposite. I remember taking a martial arts class, a kickboxing class, and while sparring, my opponent started shaking his hand and boom, kicked me on the other side. Of course, the shaking hand got my attention, got me off guard, and smack down, I was out. So that idea of taking the attention and using it in an unexpected way right after, I use in my go downs a lot to get that element of surprise in. I might start one direction and shift right after in order to make it more versatile. Or for example, if I feel like people are expecting footwork out of me, I start with my power. Or vice versa, of course, I do very powerful top rocks, like I'm about to start with my power moves, but start with small shuffles. The third one, connect with what's about to happen. Let's say you finish your solo with the freeze that goes with your arm under your knee, for example. Take that idea from the end and use it in another creative way in the beginning of your round too. That way you connect with what's about to happen. That way you build a dramatic arch throughout the whole round and your solo becomes whole and you have a certain style throughout the whole round. The fourth one, the last one, is add character. Take an idea or concept outside of just physical movement and add it to the way that you drop to the floor. You can use the elevator as an example, but of course do it in your personal, approach this in your personal and creative way as well. Do it the way you do it. Adding character to your go downs creates feeling in the person who's watching it. They might laugh, they might see a connection, they might understand the idea if you do it clear enough. And that creates a connection with the person who's watching. With that connection, your moves start to work on a deeper psychological level afterwards. So check it out, the next time you practice, create at least 2 new go downs with these concepts that I just gave you. Be creative with yours and add character into the way that you drop to the floor, and that's when your moves start to work afterwards. If you happen to post them on Instagram, tag BBOY Dojo. Don't forget to tag BBOY Dojo in it. I want to see what you guys are up to. Let's do this, guys. Okay, this is Focus signing out with the knowledge drop. Catch you on the next one real soon, y'all. Peace.